Some love stories don't come with a fairy tale beginning. They come with mall parking lots, mutual friends, a party in Atlanta, and a young rapper too shy to walk up and say hello. That is where the story of Ari Fletcher and Moneybagg Yo begins, and years later, it is still being written, this time under the July sun of Ibiza, Spain. On July 12, 2026, Ari Fletcher turned 31. She did not celebrate quietly. She celebrated on the coastline of one of the most famous party islands in the world, with the man who has stood beside her, on and off, for more than 6 years, Memphis rapper Moneybagg Yo, born Demario Dwayne White Jr. Their timelines lit up. Their fans could not look away. And for anyone who has followed this couple since 2019, the Ibiza trip was not just another vacation post. It was the latest chapter in one of hip-hop's most watched, most debated, and most enduring relationships. This is their story, how it started, what it survived, and how it arrived, 6 birthdays later, on a beach in Spain. Before Ibiza, before the diamonds, before the arguments that spilled out onto social media for millions to see, there was just a boy who noticed a girl in a mall and did not know how to approach her. Moneybagg Yo later described that first sighting in a 2022 interview with Paper magazine. He said there was too much going on in that moment, so instead of walking over, he asked around. He reached out to mutual friends and made sure Ari Fletcher would be at a party happening soon after in Atlanta. He showed up, found her section, and finally introduced himself. What started as a hesitant glance across a shopping mall turned into a relationship that would carry both of them through some of the most public highs and lows either had experienced. At the time, both were coming out of high-profile relationships. Ari Fletcher shares a son, Yoson, born in 2018, with Chicago rapper G Herbo.
He bringing in a bag.
A relationship that had ended badly. Moneybagg Yo, for his part, had previously been linked to rapper Megan Thee Stallion, his collaborator on the 2019 single All Dat. Their romance became public in late 2019. At first, they kept things quiet, letting fans speculate as they were photographed together again and again. Eventually, Moneybagg confirmed the relationship himself in an interview with TT Torres on Hot 97, saying simply that the two were together and taking things as they came. From the outside, it looked like the beginning of a hip-hop love story that fans would come to call relationship goals. But as anyone who has followed Ari Fletcher and Moneybagg Yo since knows, this story was never going to be simple. For every luxury gift, every sweet Instagram caption, every viral vacation video, there was also heartbreak playing out just as publicly. By January 2021, the couple had reportedly split. They found their way back to each other, but the relationship continued to move in cycles, together, apart, together again. In the summer of 2022, Ari Fletcher tweeted that she was happy, paid, and single, sending fans into a frenzy of speculation about what had gone wrong. That same year brought one of the most painful chapters of their relationship into public view. In September 2022, on her YouTube show Dinner with the Dawn, Ari confirmed that she and Moneybagg had broken up. She also revealed something far more personal, that a baby bump photo Moneybagg had shared earlier was hers, and that the pregnancy had ended in miscarriage. It was a moment that turned what looked like tabloid drama into something far more human, two people carrying real grief in front of an audience that mostly wanted headlines. Then came the reckoning with infidelity. In June 2023, during an appearance on the Angie Martinez IRL podcast, Moneybagg Yo admitted, in his own words, that he had cheated on Ari and made mistakes in the relationship. He explained that he had never truly been in a committed relationship before her, and that adjusting to that level of closeness and accountability had been difficult for him. He said he apologized and wanted to work through it, and that Ari was willing to help him do that. Fans later learned, through Ari's own account, that news of the cheating had reached her in the worst possible way, through someone else calling to tell her what he had done, piece by piece, making an already painful situation harder to process. It would have been easy, watching from the outside, to assume the relationship was over. Instead, they stayed. They rebuilt. And in November 2023, Ari made a claim that stunned fans all over again, responding to a critic on Twitter who suggested no man would marry a woman who posted revealing photos online. She wrote that she had actually been married for 2 years, meaning, by her account, that she and Moneybagg had secretly wed back in 2021. No legal documentation of a marriage has ever been made public, and the claim has never been confirmed through official records, but it added yet another layer to a relationship fans already found impossible to look away from. Through it all, the breakups, the miscarriage, the infidelity, the marriage claim that raised as many questions as it answered, Ari Fletcher and Moneybagg Yo kept returning to one another. Not because their story was easy, but because, according to both of their own public statements, it was real. It would be simple to reduce this couple to the luxury items that have defined so many of their headlines, because there have been plenty. Over the years, Moneybagg Yo has gifted Ari a black matte Rolls-Royce Cullinan valued at roughly $330,000, a white Bentley Flying Spur, and a Lamborghini Urus. For a past birthday in Anguilla, he gave her a pink diamond heart ring, described by an Atlanta jeweler as a 6.02-carat center stone surrounded by 50 smaller diamonds, complete with a matching bracelet. Ari has reciprocated in her own way, once gifting Moneybagg a card for nearly 30 acres of land, along with a diamond-encrusted pendant for his birthday. But underneath the jewelry and the vehicles, both have spoken about something less flashy, the effort of choosing each other again and again. In a joint interview with Paper Magazine, timed to their third Valentine's Day together, the pair talked about a trip to St. Thomas that Ari called one of her favorite trips of her life, not because of luxury, but because it was intimate, quiet, and romantic, the two of them sleeping outside under the rain. In that same conversation, Moneybagg told her plainly that he had never experienced real love until he was with her. That tenderness has shown up again and again around their birthdays specifically. In July 2025, marking Ari's 30th birthday and their 6th year together, Moneybagg posted a heartfelt tribute on X, writing that 6 years had gone by fast and that they still had a lifetime ahead. He dismissed the rumors and speculation that so often followed them, writing that no one had ever had her the way he did, and that he stamped his commitment to her. He praised how she lived unapologetically and how she held him down through his hardest moments, calling her one of the most genuine, beautiful souls he had ever known. Ari has returned that same devotion. For Moneybagg's 34th birthday in September 2025, she posted a carousel of photos and wrote that she would choose him over and over again in every lifetime, for better or worse, adding that loving him was what made life worth living. Fans in the comments joked that the two seemed as good as married in every way that mattered, even without a public ceremony. This is the emotional foundation beneath the Ibiza trip, not just two influencers with money to spend, but two people who have publicly fought for a relationship that has not always been easy, and who keep choosing, every birthday, to show up for each other in front of the world. Which brings us to this year. On July 12, 2026, Ari Fletcher turned 31, and she chose to celebrate on the island of Ibiza, Spain, with Moneybagg Yo and a group of close friends by her side. It was a milestone birthday spent somewhere far from home, somewhere built for celebration, sunlight, and letting loose. Ari shared glimpses of the trip through her Instagram stories, giving fans a front-row seat to her birthday festivities. In one clip, she and Moneybagg were seen heading out to dinner together with her close friends, dressed for a night out, clearly enjoying the moment. For her birthday look, she wore a shimmering gold semi-sheer mini dress, embellished with studs and crystals that caught the evening light, paired with a bold, confident presentation that had fans across social media reacting instantly. Moneybagg did not stay quiet about the moment either. He posted his own photos from their time in Ibiza with a simple, affectionate caption, "She the birthday." It was a small line, but for a couple who have shown fans both their private tenderness and their public arguments over the years, it read as one more reminder that, whatever they have been through, he still shows up to celebrate her. The reaction online was immediate. Ari's birthday post reportedly pulled in more than 350,000 likes, with her comment section filling up with birthday wishes and compliments from fans. Some praised her confidence. Others simply said her birthday had become something they looked forward to every July. Fellow celebrities, including Chloe Bailey, Bernice Burgos, and JT, added their own well wishes, folding Ari's birthday into the wider community of women in entertainment who have supported her over the years. It is worth remembering that this was not the first time Ari and Moneybagg have marked her birthday somewhere far from home. Back in July 2023, they celebrated her birthday in Anguilla, where Moneybagg surprised her with that pink diamond ring, and the couple shared beach videos that went viral for their sheer joy. 3 years later, Ibiza became the newest backdrop for the same tradition, a couple who, whatever the headlines say about their relationship in between birthdays, keep returning to celebrate one another when it matters most. It is fair to ask why so many people who have never met Ari Fletcher or Moneybagg Yo care this much about a birthday trip to Ibiza. Part of the answer is simple: spectacle. The dresses, the diamonds, the luxury cars, the exotic locations, all of it is built to be watched. But the deeper answer is that fans have watched this couple's entire emotional arc unfold in real time, the way people once watched soap operas. They watched Ari confirm a miscarriage on her own show. They watched Moneybagg publicly admit to cheating and ask, essentially, for a second chance. They watched breakup rumors surface again and again, only to be followed by loving birthday tributes that seemed to prove the relationship was not finished after all. They watched Ari claim they had secretly gotten married, a claim that has never been legally confirmed but that fans still debate to this day. In other words, people are not just entertained by Ari and Moneybagg's wealth. They are invested in whether too flawed, very public people can keep choosing each